For me, my therapy during lockdown was making sculptures. So all of these sculptures were made during lockdown when we weren't allowed to teach and we weren't allowed to work. So for a period of a year almost, wasn't it? We were all kind of in our own isolation, and that's what this body of work represents. It represents my isolation during COVID. I love colour, I love texture, I love print, and all of these things feed into ideas about when you're making something and make you feel creative. And without feeling creative, then you're kind of stuck and you don't know what to make or where to go or what to do. You know, they're kind of the colours and the forms and the textures. They're all part of the richness of the sculptures about what makes them unique. But I don't plan them, I just make them. And then afterwards, after sitting with them, they start to form little dialogues. So I quite like how they communicate with each other. That one and the yellow one with the worms and the socket, the broken socket coming off inside of it and the bleeding. That one kind of was representing quite a lot of stress that I was experiencing during lockdown. So it's actually was a basket on the back of the door in Hammersmith's studio, and it was we used to collect the mail. So you'd have an open, you know, where that little slot is. That was on the back of it. It was a basket, and it used to collect the mail. And I just thought it was pointless, really, in that I could actually experiment with putting paper clay on top of the metal and firing it in the clay, in the kiln. So that's what I did. I took the basket off, I started squashing the clay into it and fired it, and then of course it warped with, you know, such a high temperature. Then I started thinking, well, what does this cage represent, and why is it like this, you know, with this bleeding, where the clay, the wires bursting through the body of the clay and creating this sort of molten blood almost, sort of like creature blood. So then little worms started to sort of hook on and grab it and pull it in different directions. So again, I guess your imagination just takes over, and all the dark things that have been going on inside your mind during lockdown all start to come out through the sculptures. I don't know, I guess what artists do. They just play. Everybody plays, don't they, when you're an artist? That's what's nice about it. It's like being a child again.